Grizzly Gaz is a UK-based YouTuber known for documenting camping trips with his dog. His channel typically features quiet nights in the woods, gear reviews, and casual reflections around the campfire. His videos are light-hearted and for the most part tame. But in April 30th, 2023, he uploaded a camping trip, and the footage is pretty disturbing. The first part of the video pretty much shows him walking through the woods and talking to his subscribers. He makes his way to a familiar campsite he's used many times before, but this time, he pauses to point out garbage left behind and a tree that had been slashed multiple times with a knife. Clear signs that someone had been there in the last few days.
There've been some kids down here camping, by the looks of it. They haven't made a mess, what I can see, but they have left their tent. Whoever's done this has probably damaged the tree and then it's weakened it.
As the sun starts to go down, he gets a fire going and begins cooking. But then, something really strange happens.
Right, we've got steaks on go now. Bit of ribeye. Pot boiling for some mash. And I've got a visitor. Creeped up behind me asking me if I had a light. I shit my pants. This is Martin anyway. I don't know him, but he's stopping for a steak, so...
Just some random creep wandering about.
You went round here in a poncho a couple of months ago, were you?
I don't think I was. I could have been.
After Gaz shared some food with the man by the fire, he got up to cut more wood. When he turned back around, the man had quietly left without saying a word. The whole thing felt off. Gaz suspected the man might have been a junkie and decided to leave the campsite, just in case he came back with friends.
The fact that he just left without saying out has put the EBGBs up me, because he's going for two things. One, going to tell his mates there's a guy camping out with a load of filming equipment, and two, he's going to score because he needs his fix. And even then, if he goes and scores, has his fix, talking with his mates while he's high.
The next morning, Gaz returned to the campsite to retrieve the trail camera he'd left behind, hoping it might have picked up something in the night. But when he got there, the camera was gone. It's hard to say if the man came back and took the camera, or if someone else had been watching from the woods. Either way, something felt off, and Gaz wasn't the only one who thought so. Some viewers pointed out how quietly the man approached, and how junkies don't usually leave drinks behind, unless they're planning to come back. Good thing Gaz trusted his gut and left, because if he hadn't, there's no telling who or what might have shown up after dark. Forest Park is a huge forest on the edge of Portland, Oregon. It's one of the biggest city parks in the country, with over 5,000 acres of trees and trails. Most days, you'll see people walking their dogs, riding bikes, or just enjoying the quiet. For the most part, it's a calm and peaceful place, but in October 2014, something really disturbing was found on one of these trails. A woman named Jennifer Colbert was walking with her husband and their dog when she suddenly tripped over something. At first, she thought it was trash, but it was actually a thin wire stretched tightly across the trail. What they found next was terrifying. Just off the path, attached to a tree, was a homemade device, a pipe packed with a shotgun shell, rigged to fire at chest height the moment the wire was triggered.
It's into Forest Park, and this is where the device was connected. The tripwire screwed into this log and running right across the trail. The other side of the tripwire screwed into that tree, where a pipe was holding a shotgun shell waiting to fire.
A live explosive in the pipe, and that it was certainly dangerous. So it would have hit you like chest or head high.
The device was carefully built and hidden. Luckily, it failed to go off. The tripwire was loose, and the trigger never fired. To this day, no one knows who planted it or why. Some believe it may have stemmed from disputes between hikers and bikers in the area. Whatever the reason, the trap was meant to hurt someone, and it almost did. Hopefully, more can be done to stop things like this from happening again. Josh is a travel YouTuber who often documents solo adventures into hidden caves and off-the-grid locations around the world. During a trip in 2025, he set out to explore a prehistoric cave buried deep in the jungles of Sri Lanka, rumored to be over 32,000 years old and once inhabited by cannibals. After hiking for hours, he managed to hitch a ride up the mountain in a passing tuk-tuk. As he got closer to the trail leading into the jungle, two men suddenly appeared from behind the trees and began walking behind him, matching his pace and stopping whenever he did.
I've been joined by some friends. They're showing me around. Very cool.
At first, Josh didn't think much of it, but after a few minutes, one of the men stepped forward and asked him to follow him in a little hut.
Yeah, I'll follow you. After you. And at this point, out of the corner of my eye, I noticed one of the men was moving behind me. And at that moment, my gut instinct kicked in loud and clear. Get out now. I'm just gonna get one more shot, okay? One more shot. Oh, sorry. I'm just shooting, filming, and doing more. And then I'll come, okay?
Josh said he had a gut feeling something was off. While they were distracted, he slowly backed away, then turned and made a run for it. He eventually made it back to the road safely. Afterward, he admitted the men could have just been friendly locals trying to show him something. But there was also the darker possibility they could have been connected to the island's cannibal history. Let me know what you think in the comments. This video was uploaded to the internet and quickly went viral. The uploader is an experienced camper who regularly sets up in this same remote area, often exploring the forest around him and documenting his trips. He's familiar with the land and usually knows what to expect. But while exploring alone in the dead, isolated forest, someone suddenly called out to him.
Oh, fuck. Oh, hi. What the hell? I need to get out of here. Oh, boy.
The camper quickly hurried back toward his site, clearly shaken. He later mentioned feeling disoriented after hearing the voice, even though he knew the area well and wasn't actually lost. What made it even more unsettling was that he had camped there many times before and had never heard another person in the area, not once. In a forest this isolated, hearing another voice at all should have been impossible. Whoever or whatever called out to him that night was never found. And chances are, it wasn't just passing through.